Are we comfy? Yes, we're comfy. Hello, everyone. Hello, chappets. It's Barry here with another live talking video about talking. What a weirdo. Yes, I'm here to talk about board game components. Let's see, have I got a slouch or is the sound okay? I can't tell because ABBA. Give me a man after midnight. Yep, we're talking board games. I like talking board games, so I'm probably going to end up doing most of this talking all on my own. Let me just flick through the channel bits and bobs. If my computer will work properly. I don't know who's watching. No one could be watching for all I know, and it doesn't matter because I am bored. That is why I'm doing these videos. I am bored. Why are you bored, Barry? Well, basically, I've been signed off work for a long time now. It's getting along. I've got an epicondylite tendinitis, and so I'm not allowed to do any heavy work or pulling or fist clenching stuff, and it's taking its toll on me, and I'm starting to lose a bit of sanity. And it also interferes with my video making and my music making. I'm not allowed to play guitar, and when I use the computer, if I can't use it for too long because my arm would start hurting, my wrist and my elbow. So therefore, that is why I am doing these videos, because I need something to do and I need to have some fun. And I thought, well, everyone else is doing question and answer videos, and why not me? Hey, because I'm probably the most boring person you will meet in your life. I need my glasses for that kind of voice. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so I thought I'd do a video about talking about board game components, because as you can see, I've changed room as well, so hopefully the video quality is better. I know the sound quality was good because when I watched the video I thought, yeah, the sound quality is good, but I thought video quality is probably better if I'm nearer the actual Wi-Fi box junction thing. So there you have it. That's why I'm in a changement of room, and there's probably a lot of echo as well. Echo. So board game components. What is a board game component everybody should have in their game? Board game components should be practical. They should be aesthetic, and they should work for me. So, for example, a box insert is a board game component. Yes, it is. It's a very important board game component, as Rob Searing has made evident with his, woo, my phone rang. There it goes again. I'm gonna have to throw that away, I think. There you go. Rob Searing, who does the inserts for board games, they are really nice foam core inserts to replace your inserts for your other games. And they're practical because they hold everything in place, and they make setting up and putting away a lot easier. If you've just got all your tokens in a tray which pulls out of the box and you put next to the side, and you've got money or whatever, that is a great component for a game, a box insert. Obviously, I've heard lots of stories that the price of box inserts are expensive due to the fact of the mold and the plastic involved. But what can you do? You can assist all these games manufacturers. You know, please, when you make your games, give them a good box insert. Come on, Fantasy Flight, make a nice box insert. You know, one that you can actually put the pieces back and they don't move. Not just put bags in there and then chuck them back in. Oh, that drives you nuts, doesn't it? It drives you nuts. You got your Descent there, and everything's in bags. And then you got to sort all your bags out. All right, we need life tokens. We need these tokens. So yeah, important component is the box insert. So thank you, Rob, for making great box inserts. And maybe I should put a little link below to go to his site, because it is well worth checking out. I'm going to try and get some more boxes. I'm going to try and get one for Star Wars, the Imperial Assault, because the one I have for Andor is fantastic. It just makes playing the game so much more better. Components. While we're talking about Andor, Legend of Andor as it's known in probably the English language, it's called Andor here in France. Let's just have a look. I'll just double check on my thing. Yes, it's just called Andor here. It's produced by Yellow. Hello, Stephen. How are you? Oh, you're on medical leave as well for elbow nerve damage. I hope I haven't got that. Oh, dearie me. So yeah, Andor. Again, it was just an empty box with lots of components in it, but those components are practical. It's a shame they're not miniatures, but at the same time, it's good that they're not miniatures, because they knock the price down on the game, and that's very useful. The artwork goes a long way into making those components really great components. I'm going to shrink this window down. Sorry about this, because I can't see the comments at the same time here. Always something there to remind me. Yeah, there we go. So that's that. Oh, still not right. Shrink it down even more. Let's do that and do that. Sorry about this. Live TV. As long as I don't swear, I'll be all right. Yeah, so Andor has these just cardboard components for your heroes and the monsters and for everything. Because the art on them is so fantastic, you forget the need that you need them as minis. But they are minis, and you can see who is who. They have colored bases. Do they have colored bases? Yes, they have colored bases. All the monsters are in red, and then your heroes are represented by their colors: red, green, yellow, purple, and blue. Obviously, all the components that go with them. All the components are wooden, you know. And when you look at it at first glance, you're just like, well, these components are, but they are practical to the game. They work with the game. You know, there's not a moment when you're like, okay, what does this thing do? Everything seems to work really well within the game, because it's the mechanics which carry the game, and the tokens and the cardboard standees actually carry the game. They don't carry the game. The mechanics carry the game, but they function. You could pimp it out, I suppose, but what would be the point? I mean, everything just seems to work perfectly. Whereas some other games, they need pimping out. So if I go to Arkham Horror, we're talking about Arkham Horror again. Yeah, Arkham Horror, things need to be pimped out. All the artwork is fantastic, like in Andor, but nothing stands out on the map. You're looking at the map and you're going, okay, where are all these monsters? Okay, all right. We've had a monster surge. I've got to add another 7 monsters to the map. The maximum I can have is 9 on the outskirts. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 on the map. Okay, I'll add another 4. That makes 9. Then these go on the outskirts, and then you realise, wait a minute, there's actually 12 on the board. So the pieces have got to, the components have got to be practical for the game. So cardboard tokens and figures for Andor and Arkham, yes, they're both beautiful and they're both functional, but in Andor there's not a problem because everything is clearer, everything is stands out more. Would you agree with me? Yeah, coffee time. Dum, doo, doo, doo. Coffee time. Dum, doo, doo. I haven't stirred it. Oh, the sugar is probably at the bottom. Let's have a look at another game. Right, we've talked about Arkham. I'll probably talk about Arkham a lot. Okay. Can we talk about the components in Carcassonne? Would Carcassonne components be the best thing since sliced bread? They're practical. They work. You wouldn't want them made out of gold, would you? Would you pimp Carcassonne and make the components better? Well, yeah. I just twigged I have. I've bought some meeples to replace the meeples in the game. So I've got monsters and zombies and things like that, which my daughter loves. But that's not really making the game any better. The only thing I'd probably pimp on a Carcassonne is the score track. But I don't know. The components are pretty good. I mean, is there a game that you think the components are not that great on? Is there a game which you feel the components should have been better? For me, the game where the components should have been better is Imperial Assault. No, that's a lie. I can't remember. Takenoko is probably a good example of a game which the components, another one where the components are near enough perfect. Okay, one, it's got the great box insert. Two, you got the lovely big sturdy land tiles. You've got the panda and the farmer little figures, and they're beautiful, aren't they? But they're functional to the game. You know which one's which, and they're just aesthetic, and they work with the game, obviously, because it's the mechanic. The cards are not too big, not too small. They're just the right size. They don't clutter the table. They don't do anything fantastic, but they're great. And then you have the little tiles which go inside the tiles, telling you that it's a panda reserve and things like that. They're okay. And then you have the wooden battens for the water. That's what I was thinking. The wooden battens, you put them on, and then the board moves, and they just go about the place. It would have been better maybe if they were cardboard with water drawn on them, you know, like a river stream, and then people would know what it was. Oh, that would make a game so much more, not so much more better, but it would be a component which is probably a bit more cheaper than having a wooden stick painted blue. Because you got the tiles. If it was the same quality as the tiles, it'd be brilliant, and you could lay it across the two tiles to show that there's a river there, and it would look good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, do you see the chat panel? I see the chat panel, Stephen. Do you have any questions, mate? Stefan, is it Stefan or Stephen? No, it's A-N, Barry. Dyslexia kicks in once more. Components should have, as I said earlier, they should be practical, and they should be aesthetic, and they should not overwhelm the game. Because I've heard stories about the Cthulhu Wars with those big chibis of Cthulhu running around. It's like, do you really need to spend that much money? Did anyone see the deluxe edition of Small World? Did anyone think that it was like worth its weight in gold? Because I thought maybe it was a bit too much. You know, they could have done a smaller version. They could have made it nicer, plastic tokens instead of, yeah, wooden tiles are probably good. But it didn't appeal to me whatsoever. You know, if I had a choice between buying the original and buying the deluxe version, I'd buy the original. It's cheaper, it's practical, it fits on your shelf. I mean, who's got room for a big box like that to stick on your shelf? Honestly. Angels of Dice, hello. Oh. Alchemist. L'alchimiste, c'est dans les maisons ici. Alchemist does have some nice looking pieces. Yes, it's cards, if I remember. You got those stands which you use to put your cards on. and then you've got the little tokens. I've heard sometimes those tokens don't go in the holes, so it's functionality. I don't know. I haven't played it. I've seen it, but if you think that it's good components, then it's good components. You answer to either, do you? Haven't seen it. Only played the base game. Which base game is that? Angels of Dice. Are you talking about the Alchemist? Alchemist. I'm saying it in French. Alchemist. Le Alchemist. Okay, Stefan. It's good to know that you are called Stefan, and Stefan is Stefan, and Stephen, Steve, and Stud, and Stud. Do you get called Stud much, Stefan? No. Okay. Alchemist, I've said it right there. Alchemist is a game that I would like to have. Do you own it, Angels of Dice? Is it any good? Yeah, the 6th edition of Ogre. That's a big box. Yes. But does size make a good game component? Is Cthulhu Wars a good game because of the good big components? Is Ogre a better game because it's no longer that big, but it's that big? I know. I'd like to see games. You know, you get. Let's look at Abyss. Abyss. The components are beautiful. They're practical. A little bit over the top of what the game really is, but then again, that makes the game more eye-catching, and it makes the game a lot more. It gives it a lot more appeal, and it feels. You feel like you are underwater, building up armies and recruiting what they call mages and other bits and pieces. And the little pearl thing is a nice addition. You know, it could have been tokens. It could have been could have been anything instead of pearls in a little cup. And anyone that moans about that, yeah. Okay, sorry, reading comments. Another game, Cult Express, has some fantastic components. Do you agree? They are the cutest, wonderful cowboys that you've ever seen. But they went a little bit overboard. The trains, you could have done a 2D version of Cult Express, where you have a map, which is the train, or you had tiles, which were the wagons, and you put them down in an order, one there, one there, one there, one there, and then you have your little man, and you just move them from train to train. And again, that could have been printed on a piece of card, and it would have, you know, you've had the image of Taco and Belle, and yeah, it might have been amusing to look at it maybe as a pixel game, you know, an old style arcade, blip, blip, like Boss Monster and all those other ones. Lincoln, was it Pixel Lincoln? So, but no, they went with the 3D train, which got a lot of attention. The problem is the 3D train is too small. Trying to move your wooden meeple from inside to outside or from one wagon to the other, you knock things over. The little tokens, which are the money bags and the gems, they fall off the train, sometimes reveal themselves, especially if it's the money bags, so everyone can see how much it is. Oh, what a mistake that is. Yeah, it's a great game, but the components they look like they enhance the game, but they actually deteriorate the game. On my version, you get these little mats as well, where it has your character and it tells you your power, and then you've got the spaces for putting your decks of cards, so your discard pile, your gun pile, and your draw pile. Don't really need it. It just clutters the table, and people get confused. When you're teaching it to new people, people get confused. They look at it and they go, oh, what's this do here? And why does that go there? Ah. But Cult Express could have been better components. And when I say better, I don't mean made out of plastic and plastic figures or whatever, or minis or whatever. I would just say they could have been better. The trains could have been bigger, or it could have been a 2D mat. But then again, it wouldn't stand out at a game show, and people wouldn't have that much interest. Okay, let's have a look at some of these comments. I see that Netrunner gets pimped a lot, from the sleeves to the click and tick tracks. Yeah, I keep seeing them as well. I can't see the point of pimping a deck building game. Seriously. Is it just me? But, you know, you have a deck building game and it's just the cards. Yeah, you might want to put them in plastic sleeves to protect them from damage. I'm going to close down Skype because probably Skype's playing up as well. Excuse me a second. It's probably taking up a lot of memory as well. Yeah, so I have Dominion in sleeves because it gets played a lot and the cards start to. And I have Thunderstone, but not in sleeves because I don't play it a lot. And when I do play it, it's only me and I play it solo. So the cards are in a good condition. But that's just me. Netrunner, the chips and the tokens, why bother? They're nice art, they're nice size tokens. Then, you know, if the game came with them, I wouldn't complain. But at the same time, I'm not complaining because the tokens and chips that come in the game are useful, they're practical, they're pretty, and they don't get lost on a board. Not a problem. So yeah, Netrunner, I don't see why people would pimp a game like that. It's nice, but not worth it. And I wouldn't consider it great game components. The great game components came in the box, apart from a nice little holder to hold the cards. But you got some little sandwich bags. You can put your cards in. We'll put some sweets in. Ooh, I want some sweets now. I want some sweets. God-awful quality. What's god-awful quality, Mr. Lobster? Is it my video? Is it the rubbish that I'm spouting? Or is it a game that we've talked about? If you could get in touch with me, you can call me at 7959595. And I've considered component count in my purchase of a game. Too much pieces and lack of table space means a no-go. Ooh, yeah. That is a very good point. You get a game and you can't get it on your table. I remember those days when I got Firefly. In fact, I played Firefly the other week on my own, and half the table was taken up with my daughter doing her homework, and the other half of the table was taken up with my board of Firefly, then all the decks of cards, the 5 planets, then the 5 missions, and then the 2 the Alliance space and the Outer Rim space decks of cards, and then there was my spaceship, and then there was my money and my characters, and yeah, components in the game shouldn't be too big that they're gonna make it unplayable on your table or in your situation. They should be the right size for the right ambience of a game. So for example, Arkham Horror is a big game, but it's also a big game, and so you're going to need big people to play that big game who are into big games. So it doesn't matter. But if you've got family around and you get a game out and it smothers the table and none of the players have got space to put anything, you know, it's not the same. So yeah, considering the price of what goes into your box is a good thing to do. When you watch a video review, anyone's video review, and you're thinking, oh, that game looks good, and then you see the ticket price, think about how much of that is plastic, how much of that is wood, how much of that is unnecessary, how much space have you got to put that on your shelf, all those kind of things. Okay, The Cave. which I have, has a lot of components of different parts of games, food, rope, backpacks, etc. Combined with the tile placement, you do need a big table. The Cave. Can I look this one up? I will look this one up. Board Game Geek is the only place to go. The Cave. I've never heard of, I don't think. It does sound familiar. Caverna. What is Caverna? The Cave, 2012. Actually, that rings a bell. I think I watched a review. Or maybe a Board Game Geek Essen video or something like that. Have a look at the picture. And at home, if you click on this button here, ah, la 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 la. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of tiles. Yeah. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it? But again, it looks like it's a map that builds itself. If it's like no, put that back. If it's like anything like what's it called? Claustrophobia. Oh, will you stop it? Stupid work. I'm using my left hand because my right hand is hurting. Yeah, if it's anything like atmosphere. You will not roll the dice 3 times. No, if it's like claustrophobia. Yeah, we had to move the map several times because the random tile positionings meant that we were going to go off the edge of the table, so we had to slide everything across, and then it would start to go off the other side of the table, and then slide it across. Yes, big game, big game. I picked up Yido the other day, and I'm thinking about ordering new sizes of Chinese fortune coins to replace the money. And why is that, Snickster? Are these pieces really, really crud? Or is it called Yido? Yido, which is spelt. Why don't I just do copy and paste? No, it's 4 letters, Barry. You should be able to spell 4 letters. Yido. Duh. Aha, that box looks familiar as well. Let's have a look at some of these images. It's another one that Tom loves. No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's the worker placement doobie. These coins need replacing, do they? Yeah, yeah. I think that's the trend at the moment. I think what's going to happen is board games are going to start coming with this metal money built in. I mean, they're starting to do it now, which is great. I mean, it bumps up the price of your game a bit, but it's nice to have metal money in your game. What was there was a rubbish game that I played that had metal money. Oh, it wasn't rubbish. Sorry, it was Blackfleet. Sorry, it wasn't rubbish. It was Blackfleet. And it had metal money in it. It was thin and flimsy. It was thin and flimsy. But it was a nice addition to the game. You know, it gives you something to do while you're waiting for your turn. You chink your coins. But I think it's going to be a trend that we're going to start seeing. I think we're going to start seeing more games come with good money instead of cardboard tokens. I think paper money is being phased out, which is a blessing. I still get annoyed with Firefly. The money in Firefly is an annoying component. The decks of cards in Firefly are an annoying component. Whereas you got decks of cards in Arkham and they're not annoying. Go figure. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing to have coins. I mean, save you having to go out and find someone to down with them things. When I got viticulture, I added on the coins. I ordered viticulture without the coins, and I thought they look so nice, and so I actually bought them. And I think that's a good thing, that if you can find someone that sells coins individually, I think that is definitely a worthwhile investment, because you can then take them and use them in any game. I haven't done it yet, but I keep saying I'm going to do it when I play another game. Use the coins from viticulture, because there's quite a lot there. Saying that, I played Sheriff in Nottingham last night with the cardboard ones. Yeah. But I prefer the metal ones. I think everyone prefers the metal ones. Does anyone not prefer the metal coins? Or am I just the only one that likes metal coins? Has anyone else got any metal coins from any games? What games have metal coins, apart from Black Fleet, that are free? I can't think of any. Right. Ooh. Let's scroll back a bit, because a lot of people have written in stuff. Okay. Skyzol. More games should have standouts instead of minis, like Dead of Winter. The art looks good, and they are bigger than minis, and the games become cheaper. Do you agree? I do agree with you. I said at the beginning of the video, Andor has cardboard standouts. Yeah, they could have been minis, because it's a fantasy game. But when I'm playing the game, I don't think about it, because the standouts work really well. They're easy to find, unlike minis, which can be hard to find. You know, you put them on the board, and then you're trying to figure out who's who, and then you move the wrong one sometimes. And then you think, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get them painted. And then you think, oh, my paints have all dried up, so I'm gonna have to pay someone else to paint them. Yes, cardboard standouts are good, but again, it's a weight thing. It's like Imperial Assault. I can't imagine playing Imperial Assault with cardboard standouts. Yeah, you'd be able to tell a certain stormtrooper apart from another stormtrooper, but at the same time, the figures look amazing. I mean, that's a really hard one. But again, it's where the components feel right inside the game. They kind of like, you don't think that, oh God, this should have been. If you think it should have been, that should have been minis and not cardboard standouts, or vice versa, then there's a thing. Atmosphere. I hated that game. Why did you hate that game? Did you keep losing? Games. I've done the cardboard standout. Chinese fortune coins are really cheap. Yeah, I've heard that. A friend of mine, he blinged out his Taikaido for with some yen that he bought online, and it does work. You know, it's better than cardboard doobie doos. As I said, I was going to just use my viticulture money in most of my games now, because it feels good, and it's easy to count, and it's easy to see, and it's just fun to play with at the table. Yeah, I agree. If you can get it, and if you want to get it, then I would definitely go ahead and get some real yen, or anything like that. Hello, Kevin. How you doing, mate? We have to have another game on Board Game Arena, mate. Just got the best damn gaming coins. Horrible Kickstarter, but nice thematic coins. I love coins. I just got the best. My English is terrible. Best damn gaming coins. Yeah, Kickstarter. It's a good place to go, but you got to wait for them. But I'm sure there's going to be another way of getting coins. I mean, I could actually just go get some of my shrapnel from my mum and dad and use that. I've also been thinking about using bottle caps. I don't know where she's put them. We collect the capsules here. So we got like loads of them, and I send them to my dad. They are the champagne capsules. I'm trying to think where they are off the top of my head. They're somewhere here because I forgot to take them. Yeah, so I've been thinking about using them in games. Another thing I was using, when I was a long time ago, I collected coins for like World Cup football. It was like the England football. They were giving them away free when you go spent over 50 quid worth of shopping at Sainsbury's. And so I collected all these coins, and I don't like football. And yeah, I've still got this big bag of coins, like about 6 David Sheridan and all the other Gascoigne. And I keep thinking, oh, no, what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint some of them gold, I'm going to paint some of them bronze, and I'll leave the others silver because they're silver, and use them in the game as currency because real money is good. And it is good. Caylus Premium Puerto Rico anniversary. And oh God, it scrolled on itself. I was reading. Do I need to get my glasses? Caylus Premium has metal gold coins in it. Okay, I might be tempted. I keep hearing wonderful things about Caylus. Puerto Rico. Again, that's another game. Dungeon Lords. Does that have coins in? Must have. Okay, I'm going to take your word for that. Not that I didn't like Dungeon Lords. Dungeon Pets, on the other hand. Does that need gold coins? It's got a little wooden... Yeah. No, I don't think it needs... Ooh, yeah, it could do. Yeah. No, it shouldn't do, actually, because when you put the goblins on the truck, the thing with the doobie, and then put your screen up, and no, I don't think gold coins will work with Dungeon Pets. Roman set, Viking set, and pirate set. Oh, you got those as well, did you, Kevin? Which one is the best on your... What do you think is best? I would believe that probably the pirate set is your favorite, I think. Okay. Just been playing Student Body Zombie game from Smirk and Dagger. But painted minis would be cool. Ooh, I wouldn't know. Is that cardboard tokens? Or is it minis itself? Student Body Zombies. I'm going to look that one up because I can. What should I put? Bodies. Body. Oh God! It's not even. It's an English keyboard as well. Oh, I'm terrible. It's left-handed stuff. I'm not used to doing things with my left hand. I'm going to try and copy and paste. So, what other good things make a great component into a game? Does everything have to have a mini? Does everything... I can't find it. Won't find it. Student Bodies. It's probably the game is called Student Bodies, Barry, not Zombie. Yes, it probably is called Student Bodies. Woohoo! Shogun! I love that. A zombie game. Good. I like zombie games. Yeah, they're cardboard. Oh, and there's plastic minis. Now, I presume the plastic minis are in color as well. So you have a yellow character, a red character, and a blue character. Yeah, I'm sure painted minis do come in handy sometimes. When I play Last Night on Earth, sometimes we mix up who is who. And sometimes it's hard to tell one character from another. When you get some more expansions, some other characters, they do look the kind of... Which one's Billy? Wow, it's the one without the boobs. Yeah, that's got to be Billy. Yeah, he's got a cross in his hand, so he must be the Padre. Yeah. So a component should be practical, should look good, and should not bump up the price too much, and should not take up too much space on your table. Thou shalt not take up too much space on my table. Custom dice are my least favorite component. Yes, they are. I don't know. I can't think of any custom dice which made me go, ugh. Obviously, my favorite custom dice are the ones in Dungeons and Dragons, the board game, because it's nice to have. And again, that's been amped up with Descent and everything. And Conan, oh yes, Conan does the same thing. They are always useful because, you know, when I think about playing HeroScape, not HeroQuest, HeroScape, or I could say HeroQuest as well. You have the same dice for the bad guys and the good guys, or your opponent, or whatever. And it just depends on the number of dice that you roll, which determines your strength or your attack. And that's always been a component that I've always wanted to change. Again with Defenders of the Realm, it's just dice. It could have been something else. It could have been, you know, different powered dice. You have this amount of power against the undead, so roll red dice and 1 green instead of rolling 4 yellow dice or 2 yellow dice and a blue. Dice are a great component when used properly. I didn't like King of Tokyo bugs me because of the size of the dice. They are hard to roll, but at the same time, they match the theme. They're monsters. Yeah, monsters. I mean, it should have come with maybe a monster glove, you know, like a baseball glove, but a monster glove that you can shake the dice in and then throw them out, you know, or, you know, a little bowling alley, a little alcove prop-up thing that you could throw the dice into as if it was a building to knock it over. I don't know. Dice are a funny thing. You could just put your normal pips dice in it, and there you go. There's your game. I'm trying to think of another game that I just got, which has got normal pips dice, and I thought, oh my god, it could have done with some custom dice. Andor? Might have been Andor. No, I don't think it was Andor. But, you know, dice are a necessity, and as long as they feel good, here we go. Yeah. Steam Park, wooden dice, no feel whatsoever. Ugh. They're custom and they're crud. They're wood. They're light. They bounce. They don't roll. No. Yeah, custom dice, if done correctly, are great. And normally 9 times out of 10, they are done great. And sometimes they're just not done correctly. And yeah, it makes a difference. If the main element of the game is dice rolling, then you're going to need good dice. They're going to need to be a good quality. They're going to need to be legible. You know, all the faces nice and easy to see. That makes for a great dice. I can't see myself. I don't know what I look like. Oh, I haven't brushed my hair. My coffee's getting cold. Custom dice. Okay. Even as a Euro gamer, I love chucking dice, especially when it's for a number. Yes. As I said, you know, having cool dice makes for a fun game. But I still haven't decided what my favorite part of chucking dice is. Is it the dice tower or is it a bowling alley? I want a bowling alley, I think. Right. Oh, Kevin, you got lots of things to say. It took 18 months to get the coins. I have the Lira from Viticulture, and they are excellent. I agree with you. They are fantastic. They're thicker than the ones in Blackfleet because they just feel thin and wafer thin. They felt very wafer thin, Monsieur Cresot. But yeah, they're definitely worth getting. You can buy them individually, so I think I might buy another bag individually. I know a guy who sells them. back in the UK. And yeah, as I said, I want to put them into another game instead of using the ones that they got in certain games. Not component, but Ramekin. A great addition to your table to store all those resources. What's a Ramekin? I've never heard of that, Snackster. Ha ha ha. Let's do a Google search. We search. Oh, no, 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 no. This cursor is the worst. Merde. We have a solution. Ramekin on Wikipedia. Shall I look at it on there? Souffle dish. It's a meal. Is it a meal? Ah, it's a little bowl for putting your snails in, your little escargot. Okay. And so what do you use a ramekin for? Resource tokens. I think of that. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I've got some little Tupperware, different plastic color bowls. When I first started playing Arkham, I used to question mark, magnifying glass, heart, brain, magnifying glass, brain. Used to spend ages sorting them out. But then I found the old fishing boxes, and they fit in there nicely. And you just open it up, and you go, "How many do you need? 3. Okay. How many do you need? There you go." But the bowls are nicer. I like having little bowls everywhere, and then you're playing the game, and you got your beer, and you. Okay, my turn. 3. Okay, I'm going to take 4 resources, and crisps don't taste very nice. Oh, sorry, it's a token. Sorry. Oh. You try and spread it out. Not that it's ever happened, but maybe I could write that to Tom. A tale of horror. A tale of horror. Okay. Yes, Stephen, I probably did skip it. My brain is like a poisson rouge. C'est terrible. C'est terrible. I'll scroll back and just have a read at some of these other questions here. We got Philip Fletcher who's written something. Games like Waggle Dance have good custom dice, but didn't pump up the price much. Waggle Dance. Come on, that's a new game, Barry. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think. You have to search Board Game Geek. Waggle. Waggle Dance is the B thing. Waggle. Too much coffee. Waggle Dance, 2014. It had custom dice. There's a lot of cardboard in there in that game. I think there's a lot of cardboard in there. No, it's the dice rolling game, and you got the little plastic bowls. Yeah, that looks like a pretty cheap, inexpensive game, though. I hate to be, I'm not being rude to the game. It's no insult to the game, but it's a family kids game. I keep doing that as well. Will you stop doing that? Click on that. Click on that. Left hand. Behave yourself. Yeah, but that's a good thing though. If it doesn't bump up the price, bonus. But then again, the price of dice is probably going to come down over the next years. In the future, like as I said, real money is going to start going into games. The price of dice is going to get less and less expensive because people are going to want custom dice in their games. Nobody wants a 6-sided dice anymore. The games of 6-sided dice are starting to die out. It's only like people like Flying Frog Productions presents Flying Frog that make games with 6-sided mechanics, and Richard Lonius as well. He does games which use 6-sided dice, which is his thing. No, I'm not from Yorkshire. I could have been from Yorkshire. I'm from the Sud. I'm from the south of Hampton. Man, that sounds Portsmouth-like. Liverpoolian. Why would I want custom dice of myself? So I could toss myself. No. Let's not go there. Right, Stephen, I'm going to go and look at this other comment that you posted before the dice. Custom dice. Does a dice, I think. Yes. You know what? I'm going to try and get some people on here next time and have a chat with them live. So it's not just me blabbering, because I'm a terrible fish brain. I am. I put my keys down and forget where I put them 10 minutes later, or my wife tells me something and then I can never remember. No, I can't find this comment, Stefan. Sorry. I say, insult your guests that are watching your show. Don't know. Yes. So, yeah, if you'd like to join the next conversation and maybe chat with me and try and make me look less intelligent than what I already do, then yeah, drop us a message on Google, and we'll have a chat together. I haven't got a subject yet for the next video, but I like talking all of a sudden, because living in France, I talk nothing but French, except for when I'm at home, and you kind of forget what your language is, you know. I'm good at explaining how to play games in French, and I'm good at explaining how to do my job in French. But all the other conversation is like, oh, blah blah blah. So, what do you foresee? 3D printing and board games. Will publishers release electronic formatted models? That's a nice question. I've never thought about that. I keep thinking about one day maybe getting a 3D printer. That would be great. I'd like that. I don't know what I'd use it for, but a 3D printer would be great. But I don't, yeah, it's still early days. Again, why would you want a 3D printer? How much space does it take up? It takes up, what, half a meter square? Would be nice, but you'd need the skills to be able to, say, if you want to make models, you'd need the skills to do that, or you'd have to download them, maybe have to pay for the model to be downloaded. But I mean, it's a good way to pimp out your games, that's for sure. Love a 3D printer just to pimp out your games. I'd be able to pimp out Arkham Horror and get the gates to stand up. Woo, that would be great, wouldn't it? Yep. Fishing and craft boxes are great. They're very useful. Obviously not for every game, but they are useful for a lot of games. For example, I use one for Agricola because the wooden components fit in and they don't move around and they're easy to sort out. Although sometimes it's hard to get your fingers in, so really need bigger spaces in between. I use one for Galaxy Truckers. Now there's a game with good game components. Come on, those tiles are good quality. The batteries are a little bit teeny weeny small, but the little meeples are great. The space meeples, they're wonderful. The dice are wooden, but they're still kind of hefty. They're not hefty enough, but they're still kind of hefty. The sand timer is good. The quality of the cards is good. There you go. There's a good game. This is what people should be aspiring to. You use one for Eclipse and Eldritch Horror, I take it. So yeah, it is definitely easy for games which have got lots of chips and tokens and bits and bobs like that. Excuse me, tea time. It's cold. It's cold. Death by guillotine. Okay. Yeah, components. Okay. 3D printers. We're back to 3D printers. No, we're on fishing boxes. Yeah, they are useful. Sometimes they don't go back in the game. That's the other thing. So, for example, again, Galaxy Truckers, the box fits into the actual box of the game. Whereas with Agricola, it doesn't, because there's so much card and tokens, cards and boards, that it all doesn't fit back in the box, which is a shame. And then you've got to have like the game box and a little fishing box with your little bits and knobs in there, which is annoying, but at the same time, it's practical. It's easy to set. You just go click, open, ding, ding, ding. There you go. There's your pieces. Let's play. Whoa, rock and roll, buddy. But then again, maybe the game publishers should be thinking about doing that, putting something like that inside the box. Because, as I said, box inserts are an essential part of the components. Takenoko, am I back on that again? Yeah, Takenoko is just perfect for that. You could just leave everything in the box, all the bamboo in the box. You could leave all the little canalizations in the box, and you don't have to take them out. And it's easy, it's flexible. The only thing you take out is the tiles, your player mats, and oh god, yeah, there's those little wooden tokens of Takenoko. They're terrible, aren't they? But they're practical. Most of my paint's scratched off on them, but they work. Yeah. Components should be. They shouldn't diminish the experience of a game, but at the same time, they should enhance the game and be practical. Right. 3D printers. I haven't really got consensus on 3D printers. Maybe they're a good thing, maybe they're a bad thing. But if 3D printers become the norm, then maybe expansions for games will be downloadable. Just think of that. Another expansion for Conan. I'm downloading it, Mum. Have we got any more plastic left? No. Okay. I'm going to have to melt your gold necklace. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. But pimping a game is not always the greatest thing. It's more money on top of what you've already spent out on the game. And again, you've got to weigh up the odds of how often am I going to play this game? Why is this game going to cost me an arm and a leg just to have fun with it? If I can pimp a game for about 10 quid, 12 quid, then I'll do it. But if it's going to cost me more than that, I have to weigh up the pros and cons a lot. Sleeves, not a problem. It's a simple thing. Goldfish moment. But yeah, you have to judge for yourself. Is it worth me pimping this game? The game should come with good enough components. Again, you will get a game which might come with one. Dr. Shark has the game is components. It's tiles in a bag and you're shuffling them about. And unfortunately, some of those tiles start coming apart and it ruins the game in a way, but there's nothing you can really do apart from buy another copy. But that's a shame because in that sense, it does diminish the experience. Because the more you play it, the more destroyed it gets. The more destroyed it gets, the more unplayable it is because it's harder to tell what texture that is because the texture is actually falling off the back. Okay, how about game inserts? Broken Token, Rob Searing's foam, Plano boxes. Yes. Can you get them in France easily? I do get them in France quite easily. Yes, Kevin. Rob, as I said at the beginning of this video, Rob does a wonderful job, and these inserts just make the gameplay a lot more easy to get to the table, and they're more practical for holding components, so you don't need a Plano box. I mean, a Plano box is cool, but not every game needs a Plano box. A lot of good games do come with their lovely inserts, everything's there, or a lot of games don't have a lot of components. They have one set of things, you know. Let me think. Dominion, you just got cards, and if you buy a certain expansion, you've got some coins. Oh, no, I should have said Thunderstone. Thunderstone, you've got the tokens, and then you've got all the cards. You don't need a Plano box for that, because it's just one set of tokens. It's great. But games where you've got 15 different types of tokens, Agricola, Descent, Chariots of Fire, which is not a game at all, it's a film. So why did I say that? Anywho, yeah, they do deliver in France. We do find them. There are a lot of fishermen in France. There's a lot of guys that I know who do fish in the weekend. I live in a rural area of France, so there are a lot of people that go hunting. They bring back wild pigs and fish, sometimes deer, because that's what it's like here. Not me though. I don't like killing animals. I hate killing ants. When there's like ants in my house, I hate killing ants. It's like I have to say sorry before I put my foot on it. Sorry, you shouldn't be in my house. Where's that spray? But France has got lots of good outlets. Again, one of the stores that I use, they sell the foam doobies for the Star Wars X-Wing, which is great. So I can like put them all in there and then get scared when I try to squeeze them out because they don't want to go. And it's wonderful. I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be here. But then again, maybe it's because my eyes are open. I can see all these things now. That's strange. For someone who daydreams a lot, I see a lot of things. Yes. So what's your favorite game component? We'll try and finish off soon, because again, school hour, and I have to go and pick up the little ones. What is your favorite component in the game? What component just goes, yes, this is the game? Is it the monsters in King of Tokyo? Is it the cars in Formula D? Is it even the board where you accelerate the gears? Oh, for certain. The little board that you get for Space Crusade, where you get to put your token in and show you what kind of which one of your weapons has got special power, and then it's got the little slides on it as well to gauge your strength and your attack. And yeah, that's my favorite component of that game. Shame a lot of games don't do that. I liked it on the one time that I played Claustrophobia. They had the same kind of thing. They had your character card inside a plastic tray, so you could put the little things in to mark what your skills. The axe in Tok Woodman. Is it a really good axe? Can you use it to spread butter on your toast? Oh wow. It doesn't really appeal to me, the axe Woodman. The Taxman. The Taxman doesn't appeal to me. Axe. Yeah, but yeah, if that sounds the game to you, if that really works. I'm trying to think of another game, a dexterity game, which has got a really great component in it, which makes me go, I love this game for that, just alone. Yeah, Push. Push is an abstract game where you've got these balls in a tray, and you've got one ball spare, and they're two colors, and you just basically put the ball in, and then you push it, and it makes all the other balls roll into the little indentations. And then you take the other one out and give it to the other player, and then they have to choose a line and push it again. And you've got to create a 3x3 grid of balls of your color. It's a great little. It's not a great game, but it's a great component. Nothing wrong with there, is there? So what else? What else have you got? What's your favorite component? I was just trying to think. There was the, here we go, Quantium. Quantium doesn't need minis. The dice are excellent. They're dice, but at the same time they're spaceships. When you look at the board, you go, "That's a spaceship. Oh, that's a cruiser. That is, yeah, that's a cruiser. It's Han Solo in that one, and there's Gaius Baltar in that one over there, the big spaceship." And you can plan out everything, and you forget that they're dice because the theme of the game comes through, the mechanics of the game come through, and the dice are not there. The dice are spaceships, and that really works. I've got a very old version of Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings, and it's all dice. All the characters are dice, and it's 2-player game, so each player will have about 20 different characters. So you got the dark side, you've got the ring wraiths, the crows, and the orcs, the goblins. And the other side has got the Fellowship plus the brown wizard and all that stuff. And each one face of the dice has a sticker with a letter on it, and that's your character. So G is Bilbo, K is Samwise, and they're face down. And whatever face is on top, no, not whatever face is on top, whatever face is facing, I can't remember now. But I think, yeah, one of the faces dictates what momentum you're in. So you could be walking, you could be running, you could be on horseback. So like 1's walking, 2's running, 3's horseback, 4's on the back of a dragon, 5 is you're on speed. And again, it's not minis and it's dice, but in the theme of the game, you just teleport. Those dice just scare me. turn into they turn into the characters, and you're planning out your moves. It's wonderful. That's, you know, game components don't have to be great. They just need to be functional and they need to work. Urgh. Right, my favorite component is the dice tower in Shogun and Wallenstein. Yes, I quite like that. I still haven't played it. It's on my shelf, Shogun. But I played it on my own, and it's good fun dropping the cubes in and seeing what comes out and thinking, wait a minute, okay, I put 7 of my people in, they put 2 of theirs in, and they wiped me out. That is a wonderful component. Kind of makes the game. When I was playing it, my daughter came home, the first thing she played with was the tower. She didn't care about the map and all my little cubes everywhere. She looked at the tower and she goes, "Ah, tower. What if I put dice in there?" Like, no, stop! She's really oversized and nicely weighed. And when it's drunk, it's great to try and swing it careful. Oh, what, the axe? The axe in Tog. Oh, okay, it's a drinking game. Now we're talking drinking games. Should all games come with real alcohol in them? Should Cards Against Humanity come with 3 liters of gin? Yes, of course it should. That's the only way it's funny. Should Tiger come with... Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's a good thing. No, I won't talk about it. It's a stupid thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna... That's cold. And that's definitely cold. That's not vodka. Regime. So, yeah, I'm drying up now. So I'm gonna wind up this video by saying I'm gonna do another video sometime maybe this week. If anyone would like to join me, let me know, send me a message, we'll get in contact with you, and maybe we can talk face to face over the Hangout here. So it'd be nice to have someone to talk to instead of me just blabbering and goldfishing on my own, because goldfishing is not fun. What beads in Conan? That beads in Conan. Oh yeah, the little gems, the energy gems. Yes. So I'm gonna finish up now. Sorry if I've bored you. And now for something else. Welcome to Radio 1. Hello. So yeah, I'm gonna do another one. I'm planning maybe this Sunday. Hopefully there's gonna be one of my friends coming along as well to talk with us, with me. And as I said, if you want to join us, let us know. I'm gonna pick a subject and put it on my Facebook page. So look at my Facebook page, Board Games Everybody Should, and we'll have some fun together. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the all 6, 7 of you that have stayed all the way through. Yeah, thanks for streaming. Yeah, yeah, I like doing this. This takes up a good part of my day, so I'm not so bored. I don't have to watch Babylon 5 again, which is a shame. I suppose you should finish season 4 at least, and then maybe move on to Crusade. I'm babbling now. Babylon 5. Okay, thank you again, and I'm going to hang up because I've been calling on the telephone. And ciao for now. I made up a new catchphrase as well. What's it called? Be nice to your dice, because you only live twice. Thrice. I'll work on it. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.